This is going to be SP Game Used Golf case break number 1. Let's go ahead and screen share. Everybody in the break. Mike B at the top. Shane K, you're at the bottom. We're going to copy, and we're going to paste this into random.org. As always, here comes random 7 times. Let's make it happen. Here we go. There's 1. Here comes number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, Shane K, you're at the top. Kyle H, you're at the bottom. We're going to copy, and we're going to paste this into our SP Game Used Golf case break spreadsheet. Let me pull this up here for you. There it is right there. Boom. And let's go ahead and make this real big as we read the names and letters off here to you. Last name starts with A, B, U, and V goes out to Shane K. Dave S, you got C. Kellen W, you got D. Robert K, E. Dave S, you got F. Frey S, you got G. Mike B, H. Frey S, you got I, J, K, and O. Jason S, you got L. Chris S, you got M. Kellen W, N. Frey S, P. Jason M, you got R. Kellen W, S. Kyle H with W. All right. It'll take me a few minutes to set this break up, obviously. So get this case beside me here. David C, I think it's gonna be over too, buddy. All right. Definitely over 10 randoms. Yeah, I know. It's going to be fun. Let me see. Mike B. Mike B, I've only got you in here once, buddy. Did you order 2 spots? This is all. Okay, man. You would not make this box easy to get the stuff out of here. Come on now. 700 for W. All right, there's box number 1. Lopez is a real good L in this, man. Larzabal, Lopez. There's a couple other L's too. All right, there is the all the stuff. Let me get this set up here now. Trying to get enough room in here. Everybody can see. There we go. There we go, right there. All right, as I get started. There we go. There's the entire case. There is the entire case. I know one thing, boy, the recyclers love us. Probably on release date, buddy. I'm pretty sure. I can find out for you, though, man. Either release date or day after. Depending on the distributor, of course. What's the release date, Wednesday or Friday? Okay, yeah, we'll probably should have it Wednesday or Thursday. All right. Almost time for a break, man. Almost time for a break from the break. A lot of work, man. All right, now we're on to the other part of the case right here. Yes, indeed, Dave. Yes, indeed, buddy. I'm doing my best, buddy. You see how, I'm doing my best, man. I think I'm going pretty damn fast, Kaysen. One slider. Could you imagine a Strata case break? I'm serious. Could you imagine a Strata football? Anybody ever seen Strata boxes? You ever seen Strata football boxes? How they break them down? You're talking probably an hour just to open up the boxes. All right, last one. Oh, good Lord, Mike. That's crazy, buddy. All right, there we go. Let me line these up better here. More symmetrical for us. All right there, all right. Put, let me see. All the packs here. There we go. All right, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? All right, let's do it. Good luck, everybody, in the break. It's happening right now. Good luck, everybody. All right. Here we go. First pack in SP Game Used Golf case break. Coming at you. Here we go. All right, first up, Jack Nicklaus. There's the old dummy. Going to start it off great right here. There you go. Ink Drivers. Ben Crenshaw right there. Ben Crenshaw, Masters champ. Student of Harvey Pinnock right there. Ben Crenshaw. And then we got a Nick Faldo, Fred Couples right there. All right. All right. Dave S., you own C and F, so no random needed right there. Dave S., 10 of 25 Faldo Couples card. You're the owner of C and F, so no random needed. All right, there's a Michelle Wee base card and a Morgan Hoffman base. So we're off to a good start. Couple good cards there in pack number 1. All right, let's keep it moving. All right, next up is a Natalie Gulbis. Here's the old dummy. Ooh, another ink driver right here. All right, Hale Irwin right there. Hale Irwin right there. Classic golfer right there. Hale Irwin. Letter I going out to Frey S. There you go, buddy. Hale Irwin right there. Mr. King Cobra. Right there. Hale Irwin. Here's a Craig and Kevin Stadler right there. Walrus and Walrus Jr. Letter S going out to Kellen W. There you go, buddy. Kellen W. Got a Jonas Blixt right here and Victoria Elizabeth. All right. Next up in the case break. Let's keep it moving. All right. Natalie Gulbis. There's an old dummy card. Oh, boy. Inked Fabrics Tiger Woods Auto. Yes, sir. 55 of 65. There it is. Tiger Woods Auto. Right there. 55 of 65. Inked Tiger Woods Auto. Kyle, get you a magnet for that, buddy. Put the box. Yep, right there. What it's for, man. Get you a magnet right there. Tiger Woods Auto. Kyle H. That is coming to you. Very nice. And then we got a Ken Duke right here, letter D, going to Kellen W. Right there, Ken Duke Tour Gear, very nice. Victoria Elizabeth and a Danny Lee right there. All right. Yep, Tiger Woods Auto, man. Yep, unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's the first inked fabric Tiger Woods Auto I've seen. All right, here's a David Duval, Johnny Miller. Here's a dummy card, and then here's going to be a John Hugh first T rookies auto, 11 of 199 right there. Letter H going out to Mike B. There you go, Mike B. And then we're going to have a Steve Stricker J and Bill Haas going to go to letter H. They own 2 of 3 right there. Mike B. Right there, Tour Gear Trios card. Very nice. Stricker J and Bill Haas. There's a Raphael Jacklin. And Mike B called it earlier. He said we were due for a Tiger Woods auto, and he was correct. All right, next up is a Carl Peterson right there. Here's a dummy. Then we got a Ken Duke Spectrum auto. All right, 6 of 100 right there. Ken Duke, letter D going out to Kellen W. Right there, Kellen W. And then what is this right here? All right, it's going to be a Gary Player, Ernie Els, and Retief Goosen Tour Gear Trios card. P is Frey S, E is Robert K, and G is Frey S. Going to go to Frey S. Automatically, you own 2 of 3. Right there, Frey S. Coming to you, sir. Player, Els, and Goosen. All right. And then we got a Cheyenne Woods right there and a Brian Gay. All right, next up. Next up, there's a David Duval. Right there, Johnny Miller. Here's a dummy card. All right, inked driver's card, 18 of 35. Nice one right there. Check that out. Bill Haas. That is nasty. Letter H going out to Mike B. There you go, Mike. Got you a Bill Haas inked driver auto right there. That's awesome. Right there. Yep. Mike B. There's a Lewis Osthausen right here. That's going to go to Frey S right there. Shirt, Tour Gear card. We got a Jonas Blix base. All right, next up is a Gary Player base card, Byron Nelson. Here's the dummy card. Ooh, it's going to be a Spectrum auto, Natalie Gulbis. That's a good one. Right there, LPGA Player 55 of 100, letter G, going out to Frey S. There you go, buddy. And then we got a Mike Weir right there. All right, Mike Weir, Tour Gear shirt card, Kyle H. Coming out to you, Kyle H. And then we got a Cheyenne Woods base card. All right, let's keep it rolling in golf. Here we go. All right, next up is a Fred Couples, Steve Stricker. Here's the old dummy card, and it's going to be a, here we go, Pablo Larzabal right there, 295 of 399, first T Rookies shirt auto. That's letter L, going to go out to Jason S. There you go, Jason, very nice. Jason S. coming out to you, sir. Pablo Larzabal auto. Hold on to that, buddy, that's a good one. We've got a Woods Jactorin right there. Maria Aria right there. That's going to go to the letter J. Going to go out to Frey S. He owns 2 of 3 right there. Frey S. coming out to you, sir. And then a John Merrick right there. All right, let's keep it moving here in SP Game Used Golf. All right, next up, Payne Stewart. Here's the old dummy card. And then, Trevor Immelman. This is a good one right here. 29 of 35. European Tour legend right here. Trevor Immelman. Letter I going out to Frey S. Inked Fabrics auto right there. Inked Fabrics auto. Very nice Immelman right there. Then we're going to have a, let's see who this is going to be. It's going to be a Nancy Lopez and Christy Kerr. Nancy Lopez and Christy Kerr. All right, L is Jason S. and K is Frey. Random. And then we got a Russell Henley and John Merrick. All right, next up is a Tiger Woods base card, Craig Stadler. Here's the old dummy card. Then we're going to have a Alex Noren auto. All right, 72 of 100. Letter N going to go to Kellen W. right there. Kellen W. Very nice, Kellen W. Then we're going to have a Natalie Golbus, Paula Creamer, Austin Ernst Tour Gear Trios card right there. Let's see. G is Frey S. C is Dave S. And E is Robert K. Random. So we're up to 2, David C. We're up to 2, buddy. All right, next up. All right, here we go. Ernie Els base card. Right there, Ernie Els. There's a dummy. And then we're going to have a Eduardo Molinari auto right here. First T rookies, 34 of 399 right there. Letter M. That's going to go to Chris S. Right there, Chris S. Got you Molinari auto. Then we got a Johnny Miller shirt card, old school right there. Letter M, Chris S. That's coming to you, sir. And then we got a Roy McIlroy base card, Jack Turin base. All right, next up is a Ken Duke, Colin Montgomery. Here's the old dummy card, and ooh, gonna be a good one here. All right, 10 of 10, good number 2. Woods, McIlroy, Nicklaus Tour Gear Trios. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see. W is Kyle H. M is Chris S. And N is Kellen W. Random. All right, then we're going to have oh boy, it's going to be a real good one right here. Melissa Reed, leaderboard auto. Yes, sir. 3 of 35 right there. Melissa Reed. That is awesome. Letter R going out to Jason M. There you go, buddy. Jason M. That is a good one for you, buddy. Jason M. Melissa Reed. We got Austin Ernst base. Still rolling here in golf case break number 1 coming at you. All right, here we go. Gary Player right there. Byron Nelson. Here's an old dummy card. Oh, boy. Arnold Palmer, Byron Nelson. Good Lord. Dual swatch combos. My goodness. All right, letter P is Frey S. and N is Kellen W. Random. Another leaderboard auto. Wow. Charles Howell III. Right there. 24 of 35. Letter H going out to Mike B. There you go, Mike. That's a good one, buddy. Mike B. Having a good break with letter H. We got a Brendan Grace right here. All right. All right, next up is a Jay Haas base card. Here is a dummy card. Then we're going to have a Maria Jactarin right there. First T Rookies Auto, 97 of 199. Letter J, Frey S. There you go, buddy. Frey S. Then we're going to have a Payne Stewart Tour Gear shirt card. All right, letter S, Kellen W. That is coming out to you, sir. Kellen W. Jactarin right there, and John Hugh. All right, let's keep it moving forward. All right, next up is a Bill Haas right here. Trevor Immelman. Here's the old dummy card. Then we're going to have a John Merrick auto, 46 of 55. Letter M, Chris S. There you go, buddy, Chris S. Then we're going to have a, oh boy, Jack Nicklaus, Byron Nelson, Arnold Palmer right here. Going to go to N automatically because they own 2 of 3 right there. Kellen W. Right there, Kellen W. That's an awesome card right there, man. 3 legends of golf right there. All right. Yep, Kellen W. Pretty good stuff, man. Peter Uihlein right here. All right. All right, next up. I told you, Kyle, it is a good one, man. So I'm surprised it took so hard to fill up, man. Bo Van Pelt right there. There's a dummy card. And then what is this? Danny Lee. All right, first tee rookies. 336 of 399 right there. Letter L. Jason S. Right there. Jason S. That's coming to you, sir. Danny Lee. First tee rookies auto. Right there. Jason S. And then we're going to have a front 9 dual swatch combos. Blair O'Neal and Austin Ernst right there. Check that out. 16 of 25. O is Frey S. E is Robert K. Random. And then Luke Guthrie and Alex Noren. All right, next up is a Christy Kerr. There's a dummy card, and then, it's a red ink driver, Curtis Strange, and it's a 1 of 2. My goodness, that is nasty. Check that out. Won a couple U.S. Opens in a row back in the 80s, I think 87, 88, I believe. 1 of 2, Curtis Strange, inked drivers auto, Kellen W. That is coming out to you, sir, Kellen W. This guy used to be the head pro at the golf course right down the street from me, Kings Mill. Kellen W. That's a nice Curtis Strange inked driver auto. 1 of 2. Next up, we got a Colin Montgomery, Ken Duke, and Hale Irwin Tour Gear Trios. M is Chris S. D. Kellen W. I is Frey S. Random. Larzabal right there, and Lee. All right, still rolling here on the golf case break. Carl Peterson right there. There's the old dummy card. And then what we have here, Simon Dyson. All right, 260 of 399. First tee rookie auto. Letter D, Kellen W. That is coming out to you, Kellen W. Very nice. And then we got a Craig and Kevin Stadler. Ooh, 10 of 12 right there. Walrus and Walrus Jr. All right, cap card, letter S, Kellen W. Starting to kill it in this break. All right, then Brian Gay and Raphael Jacklin. All right, next up is a Corey Pavin. There's a Chichi Rodriguez. And it's going to be a Patrick Cantlay, 153 of 399, first tee rookie shirt auto. Letter C, Dave S. That's coming out to you, Dave S. Here's another good one. Tour Gear combos, Tiger Woods, Byron Nelson. My goodness. W is Kyle H. N is Kellen W. Random. And then we got a Nancy Lopez. All right. 27 of 35, old school card right there. Nancy Lopez, letter L, going to go out to Jason S., who's doing well with the letter L, I should say. Jason S. And then we've got a Jimmy Walker right there. All right, next up is a Ben Crenshaw. Curtis Strange right there. Here's the old dummy card. Oh, boy, here's another good one. 57 of 65. Legendary golfer Chichi Rodriguez. Letter R, Jason M. Jason M. That is a good one coming out to you, sir. Jason M. Chichi Rodriguez Inked Fabrics Auto. Very nice. And then we got a D.H. Lee, Danny Lee, Morgan Hoffman, Russell Henley, L and H. Own the card. Jason S. is L, and H is Mike B. Random. We got a Ted Potter Jr. All right, next up. Next up is a Hale Irwin. Then we've got a Paula Creamer right there. Paula Creamer. Here's the old dummy card. We're going to have an ink driver. Oh, boy. Cheyenne Woods right there. You got Tiger's niece right there, Kyle. So you got Tiger Woods auto in this break and a Cheyenne Woods inked driver's auto. Kyle H. coming out to you, sir. Kyle H. And then we've got a Bill and J. Haas right there. Letter H going out to Mike B. Right there, Mike B. And a Patrick Cantlay right there. All right. Few packs left here in case break number 1 from golf. All right, next up is a Nick Faldo. Here's the old dummy card. And we're going to have an ink driver. All right. 2 of 5. Red inked driver, Bill Haas. Letter H, Mike B. 2 of 5. That is nasty. Going out to you, Mike. Very nice. Then we're going to have a Bo Van Pelt right here. 31 of 35. Letter V going out to Shane K. Right there, Shane K. Tour Gear shirt card, Shane K. Then we got a D.H. Lee right here and Jason Kokrak. All right, 2 packs left in the case break. All right, next up is a Arnold Palmer, Michael Jordan. We got a Kevin Stadler. That's a good one. Hold on to that one right there. 146 of 199 right there. Kevin Stadler. Letter S going out to Kellen W. Right there, Kellen W. And then we've got a Gary Player, Ernie L's Retief Goosen card. Okay. P is, let's see, P is Frey S, E is Robert K, and G is Frey S. It's automatically going to go to Frey S. He owns 2 of 3. Right there, 2 of 3. Frey S. Coming to you, sir. Then we got a Cheyenne Woods right there. Another one, 2 of 35 right there. Tour Gear. Letter W, Kyle H. And then a Molinari right there, base card. All right, last pack in the case break of golf. Yep, that's exactly what it was, man. All right, here we go. Mike Weir right there. Here's the old dummy card. And then we're going to have a, oh, good Lord. I think Kyle hit the trifecta right there. 135 of 199. Michelle Wie just won her first U.S. Open right there. First tee rookies, Michelle Wie. Kyle H. Kyle H. killed it in this break right there. Michelle Wie, auto. And then we got a 46 of 50 Patrick Cantlay. That's letter C. And that's going to go to Dave S. Then we got a Melissa Reed right there and a JD. All right. It is random time. It is random time. That was a good case, man. I agree. Well, David, we both lost, buddy. We bet on 10 randoms. It actually is 8. It's actually 8. So we both lost, buddy. All right, give me a few minutes, everybody, to set these randoms up on all these cards. You'll see right there. Give me a few minutes. Just bear with me so I can make sure everything is right for everybody's cards. Actually, I'm just going to do it one at a time. That's easy. That'll go faster. All right, L. I'll just do it that way. All right, let me pull my list back up. Yep, doing it right now, Jason. All right, the first card up is L is Nancy Lopez and Christy Kerr. It's between Jason S. and Frey S. All right, here we go. Good luck. This is card number 1 we're randoming right here. Card number 1 is between Jason S. and Frey S. Good luck. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 4, 5, 6, and 7. Jason S. Jason S. is the winner. All right, that one's coming to you, sir. Jason S. All right, next up is the Gulbis, Creamer, and Ernst card right here. Come on now. All right, so G is Frey S. C is Dave S. And E is Robert K. All right. Person number 1 after 7 gets a card. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Robert K. Robert K is the winner. Robert K. That one's coming to you, buddy. Right there. Gulbis, Creamer, Ernst. Robert K. All right, next up. Next up is the Woods, McIlroy, Nicklaus card. This one's huge right here. This one is huge. Woods, McIlroy, and Nicklaus. All right, so W is Kyle H. M is Carol S. N is Kellen W. All right. Person number 1 after 7 gets the card. Good luck. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kyle H. is the winner. Kyle H. And that one is coming to you right there. 10 of 10. Woods, McIlroy, Nicklaus. Tour Gear Trios. Very nice. Kyle H. All right, next card is a Arnold Palmer, Byron Nelson. This is pretty awesome. Right there. Dual swatch combos, Arnold Palmer, Byron Nelson. Okay, that is next. All right, P is Frey S. and N is Kellen W. Frey S. and Kellen W. All right, here we go. Number 1 after 7 gets a card. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kellen W. Kellen W. is the winner. That's a good one coming out to you, sir. Kellen, come on, camera. My goodness. Anyway, Arnold Palmer, Byron Nelson right there, if it'll ever focus for me. Anyway, right there, yep. Kellen W. coming to you, sir. 25 of 25 right there. Kellen W. All right, next up. Next up is a DH Lee, Danny Lee, Morgan Hoffman, Russell Henley. Between L and H, this is going to be between Jason S. and Mike B. Jason S. and Mike B. All right, here we go. Number 1 after 7 gets a card. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Jason S. Jason S. There you go, buddy. That one is coming out to you, man. Right there, Jason S. All right, next up is the Tiger Woods Byron Nelson right there. Tiger Woods Byron Nelson. All right. In between Kyle H. and Kellen W. Kyle H. and Kellen W. All right, here we go. Number 1 after 7, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kyle H. Kyle H. is the winner. Kyle H. All right, there you go, buddy. All right, next up is the Colin Montgomery, Ken Duke, Hale Irwin card. All right, M is Carol S. D is Kellen W. And I is Frey S. All right. Number 1 after 7 gets a card. Here we go. Good luck. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kellen W. Kellen W. is the winner. Right there. Kellen W. Right there. All right. All right, last random. Right there. It's going to be the Blair O'Neal and Austin Ernst, 16 of 25 right there. And that's going to be between Frey S. and Robert K. Frey S. Robert K. All right, good luck, everybody. Here we go. Finishing out the case break of golf. Here we go. Number 1 after 7 gets a card. Good luck. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Robert K. Robert K. is the winner. Robert K. All right, that's coming out to you, buddy. That's a good one. Robert K. Good stuff. Let's save that for YouTube. That was SP Golf case break number 1 in the books.